When you drift off to sleep tonight, don't worry if your body suddenly twitches. It is a strange feeling, but about 7 out of every 10 people experience it. Why do we jerk awake while falling asleep? Susan Elizabeth Littlefield has the startling answer to tonight's good question.
It's a classic conundrum. Trying to fall into a blissful sleep. For most adults, it takes about 15 to 20 minutes. It's during that period that something odd happens.
Just like a jolt. It feels like you got like an electric jolt.
Or if I get a dream, I like that happens. Like
jumps.
Yeah.
It is a twitch, right? Yeah, sudden.
It's so just sudden. It's just like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just tense up, you know.
Like
and it's,
a jolt.
I don't know. It's like an electric jolt through your body.
It's a sensation most bodies experience. Bedtime twitches.
Have you ever had it?
Yeah, I've had it. It feels like I've just fallen. I know that I'm just sort of transitioning into sleep, and all of a sudden I'm jolted awake. It's phenomenal. It's kind of bothersome, and then I just go back to sleep.
But you have the insight.
I have the insight.
Dr. Ranji Varghese, who heads up one of the original sleep centers in the country, shared that insight.
When you're actually going from being awake to asleep, like what is that kind of in between?
So the brain sort of slows down. These different electrical activities start to be busy and then less busy, and then we sort of consolidate into different stages of sleep. Sometimes there's a misfiring of neurons, and we can have what we describe as arousals or awakenings, and sometimes on occasion hypnic jerks, where the tracks don't necessarily meet on time. There's sort of a friction, and people suddenly awaken with this involuntary muscle contraction and the sense of falling.
Hypnic jerks, as he called them, are defined as a physiological phenomenon that accompany sleep-wake transitions.
Sometimes it's just a twitch. Occasionally it's obvious, and there may be a muscle contraction of the arm or the leg, and patients are awake.
When I jerk off, I'm like, oh good, I was almost asleep, so I'm about to be asleep.
That's kind of what it's saying, is that you were almost entirely into sleep, but just didn't quite make it.
What else would you want people to know about it?
I would say, don't worry about it. This is not something dangerous. That's the big, message, is that this is super common.
So common, there's a name for it.
Hypnic jerk.
Hypnic jerk.
Yeah, spread the word.
Hypnic
Absolutely.
jerk. We definitely will. Thank you so much.
With photojournalist Ben Harper, Susan Elizabeth Littlefield, WCCO News.
Dr. Varghese says in rare cases, hypnic jerks can become chronic. He says that's usually related to alcohol, caffeine, smoking, or stress. For most of us, though, it's just a short-lived nighttime nuisance.